Mike Reel Entertainment.
Joseph Kony. The name alone evokes images of a brutal warlord, a shadowy figure who once terrorized the heart of Africa. For decades, Kony and his Lord's Resistance Army, or LRA, sowed chaos and fear across multiple countries, leaving a trail of unimaginable suffering in their wake. Kony's notoriety stems not only from the LRA's horrific acts, but also from his uncanny ability to evade capture, disappearing into remote regions and outrunning international efforts to bring him to justice. Even today, in 2025, Kony's whereabouts remain a mystery. However, the pursuit of justice has taken a significant turn. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, in an unprecedented move, has held a hearing in absentia against Kony, a testament to the international community's commitment to holding him accountable for the LRA's crimes. Joseph Kony's path to infamy began in the chaos of post-independence Uganda. Born in 1961, Kony emerged in the late 1980s as the leader of the LRA, initially presenting himself as a prophet fighting to overthrow the Ugandan government and establish a theocracy based on the Ten Commandments. However, this facade of religious righteousness quickly crumbled as the LRA's true nature became horrifyingly clear. Driven by a volatile mix of mysticism, paranoia, and brutality, Kony's LRA transformed into a nightmare for the people of northern Uganda. The group, largely comprised of abducted children forced into its ranks, became synonymous with horrific violence, sexual enslavement, and mass displacement. Kony's twisted ideology, a bizarre blend of Christian fundamentalism and traditional Acholi beliefs, served as a warped justification for the LRA's campaign of terror. The LRA's modus operandi was as ruthless as it was effective. They terrorized villages often at night, abducting children and forcing them into their ranks. These children, some as young as 6 years old, were subjected to unimaginable cruelty, molded through violence and fear into soldiers and sex slaves for Kony and his commanders. Boys were forced to commit atrocities against their own communities, while girls were subjected to sexual slavery, often becoming wives to LRA officers. The LRA's reign of terror extended beyond Uganda's borders, spilling into neighboring countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, and the Central African Republic. The group's brutal tactics remained consistent. Massacres, mutilations, and widespread displacement became their grim calling card. Over 2 million people were displaced by the LRA's violence, fleeing their homes and seeking refuge in overcrowded camps, their lives shattered by the conflict. As the LRA's atrocities mounted, so too did international condemnation. In 2005, the International Criminal Court, or ICC, issued arrest warrants for Joseph Kony and 4 of his top commanders. The charges were grave war crimes and crimes against humanity, including murder, enslavement, sexual slavery, rape, and the conscription of child soldiers. The ICC's intervention marked a turning point in the pursuit of justice for the LRA's victims. However, apprehending Kony proved to be a formidable challenge. Despite the ICC's warrants and the deployment of Ugandan troops and U.S. military advisors, Kony remained elusive, melting into the dense jungles and remote border regions where the LRA operated. His ability to evade capture, coupled with the LRA's brutal tactics and the challenging terrain, made bringing him to justice a daunting task. Despite numerous efforts, Joseph Kony has managed to evade capture for decades. His ability to remain hidden is, well, almost legendary. It's not just about his physical hiding places. Kony has mastered the art of psychological warfare, making it incredibly challenging for any force to track him down. His network of informants and supporters has only added to his elusiveness, creating a web that is, honestly, hard to penetrate. The question remains: how much longer can he stay in the shadows? In recent years, there have been various efforts to apprehend Joseph Kony. One notable attempt involved the Wagner Group, a private military company. However, this mission ended in failure. Despite their resources and expertise, the Wagner Group was unable to capture Kony, highlighting the challenges in bringing such an elusive figure to justice. With Kony still at large, the question arises, Can justice be served in his absence? Some argue that trials and convictions in absentia could be a way to hold him accountable. However, others believe that true justice can only be achieved with Kony physically present in the courtroom. This debate continues to shape the international community's approach to justice for Kony's victims. Even though Kony remains hidden, the threat he poses is far from over. His influence continues to destabilize regions and terrorize communities. The quest for accountability is ongoing, with numerous organizations and governments working tirelessly to bring him to justice. The hope is that one day, Kony will face the consequences of his actions and provide some closure to those affected by his reign of terror. The pursuit of international justice is fraught with challenges. From political complexities to logistical hurdles, the road to holding figures like Kony accountable is long and arduous. Yet, the international community remains steadfast in its commitment to justice, working together to overcome these obstacles and ensure that perpetrators of heinous crimes are brought to justice, no matter how long it takes.